Next we will discuss the protection of generator or motor. Okay. So for generator or motor there are going to be different kinds of faults that can occur. So first is stator faults, right? Any short circuiting can occur in the three phases. Similarly, rotor faults. And third we have abnormal running conditions. Okay, so for example there can be overspeeding, right? Overspeeding of the rotor. So this is one kind of abnormal running fault. And other is over voltage. And we also have unbalanced loading, failure of prime mover. There can also be loss of excitation of the field winding. Okay, so these are some of the abnormal running faults. So these are the various kinds of faults which might occur and against which we have to protect the machine. So most often for the generator and motor, differential protection scheme is used. Okay. So let us say this is the generator windings. Okay. The three phases of the generator winding. Okay. So on one side it is all connected together. This is the star connected windings, right? This is the generator windings. Okay. And on the other side it is giving the supply. The line currents are flowing. So here we are going to have the circuit breaker. Now here how do we give the differential protection? There are going to be 3 CTs on either side. So now these CTs, they are also going to be star connected. Okay, so for a star connected generator, the CTs on either side also will be star connected and the neutral will be grounded. Now these other ends, they are going to be connected like this. Here you have the restraining coil. So we are using a bias differential protection. Okay, and here there will be the operating coil. Similarly for the other two phases we can draw. In this way the restraining coil will be connected and the operating coil is going to be connected like this. Okay. So remember this is for the star connected generator. Now what will happen in delta connected generator? We are going to have on one side we are going to have the CTs in star and on the other side we have the CTs in delta. So let us say this is the delta connected generator windings. Okay. Now where will the CTs be connected? The CTs should be connected in each phase, right? So one set of CTs we have here. And these terminals, they are going away as the line currents, lines ABC. Okay. So here what we will have the circuit breaker here. And the other set of CT, it will be connected after the circuit breaker, right? Now these will be the line values. When CTs are connected here, they will take the line values for the sake of comparison. Okay. But here we have the phase. Inside the phase there is CT because we have to identify the phase faults. So what will happen? These CTs, they should be connected in delta so that finally the line currents are only being compared. So this set of CTs here, this will be delta connected and this set of CTs, it will be star connected. So this differential protection scheme that we have discussed, they offer protection against the phase to phase faults and phase to ground faults. And there is another kind of fault which is the inter-turn faults. So in a machine there may be multi-circuit windings. That means there will be more than one coil for each phase. Okay. So in that case we have to protect the windings from each other, short circuiting with each other. So for these faults, differential protection scheme is used. And for inter-turn faults, we use a technique called as the split phase relaying. So we will not go into the detail, but you just know that What is the technique that is used for interturn faults? That is split phase relaying. Okay. Now for other abnormal conditions, abnormal operating conditions, there will be various other protection schemes. Like for example, when there is an unbalanced loading, then what is going to happen? A negative sequence component will arise, right? So a negative sequence relay will be used. That means it will be able to detect the negative sequence component. Okay. So in this manner, the protection schemes for other conditions, it is a little more complex, which is not very important for gate point of view. An 11 kilovolt 6 MVA star connected generator has a reactance of 4.2 ohms per phase. The generator neutral is grounded through a resistance of 22 ohms. Determine what percent of the generator winding remains unprotected by the percentage differential relaying. Relay will operate when out of balance current exceeds 25% of full load current. So here the very first thing that you might have gotten confused is, what is this percentage of generator winding that is remaining unprotected? So we know that a generator, it is protected by means of differential relay. And what is a differential relay? There is an equipment here. On either sides there will be the power lines, and the CTs are going to be connected here on either side. So whenever there is a fault in between the CTs, then only the differential protection will work. Okay. Now what happens in the case of generator? The generator windings, if you take like this, these are the generator windings, and on one point they are grounded if you are taking a star connected winding. So now where do we connect the CTs? The CTs we will connect here, right? So there will be some part of the wire beyond that is external to the CTs, right? The other set of CTs will be here, right? So this is where this percentage of generator winding remains unprotected comes into picture. This part of the winding, it is unprotected. So if there is a fault occurring at this point, let us say, okay, then will the differential relay be able to give protection? No. Okay. So that is the meaning of this question. Now what percentage of the winding is unprotected? That is the question. And the data, first we will write what is the data that is given. The per phase reactance, this is given as 4.2 ohm, right? And the neutral to ground resistance, so I will write as R and G. This is 22 ohms. Now if you remember, for an LG fault, for a line to ground fault, all of the sequence impedances will be in series, right? And this is the internal voltage. This is Z1 positive sequence, negative sequence, the zero sequence, and also there will be the neutral to ground impedance, that is going to be what? 3 times of the original value. Now the current through this is the zero sequence, positive sequence, and the negative sequence currents. What will be the fault current? This will be 3 times IA0. Okay. So we have to find IA0 first, and from there we can find out IF. Now what we are going to do here is, we are going to ignore these sequence impedances because they are going to be very less as compared to this neutral to ground resistance. Okay. Because these impedances, they correspond to only the percentage of winding that is unprotected, right? See, if you have, this is the entire generator winding, let us say. Now we have the unprotected part only some X%. Okay, let us say percentage X. Okay. So the sequence impedance of only this part of winding is important for us, and that part is going to be very, very small compared to this neutral to ground impedance. Okay. So that's why we are just going to neglect Z1, Z2 and Z0. And also one other thing is, if the voltage across the entire winding is EA, then we want only the voltage across this unprotected winding. So that is going to be percentage X times EA. Okay. So here you are going to write percentage X times EA, and this all you are going to ignore. Okay. So what are you going to get finally? IF is equal to 3 times EA, you can take as the voltage that is given, right? So this is 11 kilovolt star connected generator. So whenever the voltage is given, it is usually the line voltage. So we need the phase voltage. Okay, so here this is going to be 11 kilovolt divided by root 3 into x%, that is x by 100, divided by what will be the impedance, 3 times the resistance here, resistance from neutral to ground, which is 22 ohms. Okay, so 3 times 22. So this is the fault current. Now what other information is given here? We have that the relay will operate when out of balance current exceeds the 25% of full load current. So out of balance current is nothing but the neutral current, which is the fault current in this case. Okay, so here they are indirectly telling that the fault current should equal 25% of full load current so that the relay will work. Okay, so we have an expression for IF. Okay, because here in this equation IF is also unknown, X is also unknown. So we need another equation. Okay, so according to the question, IF should equal 0.25 of full load current. Okay, so this is going to be 0.25 into full load current. How do we find? From the rated values. It is given as 6 MVA and 11 kilovolt. Okay, so 6 into 10 to the power 6 divided by root 3 times 11 kilovolt. Okay, so this is for 3-phase system. We have MVA by root 3 times the voltage. So now if you equate this and this, then you can find out X, right? So here you are going to get 11 into 10 cube by root 3, 3 and 3 will get cancelled, into X by 100 divided by 22 is equal to 0.25 into 6 into 10 cube divided by root 3 into 11. So this, if you calculate, you are going to get X is equal to 27.27. Okay, so this is in percentage. Next we will discuss the protection of transformer. So for lower rating transformers, usually overcurrent relay is sufficient. For higher rating, differential protection is used. Okay, so here overcurrent protection, and for higher rating, differential protection scheme is used. Okay, so lower rating implies that it should be about less than 1 MVA. High rating is greater than 1 MVA. Now here the connections that are used in differential protection is important. Okay, so we will discuss a bit about that. So what happens in a transformer? The primary side winding is going to have a different voltage level and current level, while the secondary side is going to have a different voltage and current level. Okay, so the CT ratios should be chosen appropriately, should be chosen according to the transformer ratio. So this is one point that is important. The second point is, if the transformer are star star or delta delta, then there is not going to be any phase difference. No phase difference between primary and secondary side. So in such a case, the CTs on either end, they can be connected either in star or delta. Okay, therefore CTs can be either in star or delta, but it should be same on both sides. Okay, that means on one side if you are connecting star, other side also star. If one side it is delta, then other side also you have to connect delta. Okay, but if it is a star delta transformer, then there is going to be a slight change. We know that in a star delta transformer, the phase difference is going to be 30 degrees. The primary side and the secondary side values are going to be out of phase by 30 degrees. So what to do in this case is, the CTs on star side, they will be connected in delta configuration. Okay, and the CTs on the delta side, they are going to be connected in the star configuration. Okay, so this is how the 30 degrees phase shift, they can be nullified and they can be compared for proper protection. Now for the transformer, there will be a magnetizing inrush current. Okay, so this is the huge amount of current that flows in the transformer as soon as it is switched on. Okay, this is the, or you can consider it to be the initial current in transformer as soon as it is switched on. So this current, it is going to be like a fault current, it is going to be as high as fault current. Okay, 6 to 8 times the rated current. Now we don't want the transformer to trip in the case of magnetizing inrush current, but then how will the transformer differentiate between the inrush current and actual fault current? So the inrush current, this is going to contain a second harmonic component, okay, a high second harmonic component. So using this, what we are going to do, we are going to use something called as a harmonic restraint relay. So what is this going to do? It is going to identify the second harmonic component and it will distinguish between the inrush and fault current. So it can identify second harmonic component to distinguish between the inrush and fault current. Okay, so obviously there is one disadvantage here. If the fault current is having a second harmonic current, then this will not work. The harmonic restraint relay, it is not going to give a trip signal. Okay, so that is one advantage. And also another disadvantage is if a fault occurs during the inrush time, then that fault is also going to go undetected. And another commonly used relay for the protection of transformer is the Buckles relay. Okay, so this is going to offer protection against any faults that are occurring within the transformer core and windings. Okay, so protection against any internal faults occurring within the core and winding. So you can learn a bit more about Buckles relay in transformers.